On the news tonight, the presidency claims it has evidence of politicians sponsoring killings in the country. And in business, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to lead roadshow on investment in the United States. And on the foreign scene, Iran summons Dutch envoy over deportation of diplomats. Hello and warm welcome to Superscreen Flagship News, broadcasting to you from the city of Lagos State, Nigeria. I am Olamide Onwuka. Many thanks for joining us. The presidency says it has evidence that some politicians are involved in the killings of innocent citizens who died as a result of the crisis between herdsmen and farmers in the country. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists in Abuja. Shehu said Nigerian government is working closely with state governments and the security services, as well as international partners, in order to solve the issues. However, Shehu appealed to Nigerians and members of the international community to refrain from spreading false stories and inflammatory statements concerning the recent herder-farmer clashes. Shehu, who explained that climate change is an issue of global significance, said the Nigerian government is determined to continue working in order to ensure that a long-term situation is rendered. And now the All Progressives Congress, APC members in the Senate and House of Representatives is set to defect en masse to the People's Democratic Party, PDP, by July the 31st. The National Publicity Secretary of the reformed APC, Kasim Afegboa, who disclosed this to journalists, said the RAP split from the main APC is the first phase of the plot ahead of the mass defection. Afegboa said members of the RAPC had reached a point of no return in the quest to restore the APC to its original state of pro-masses. He also said the RAPC is given life to prepare grounds for defection to another party as part of the propaganda by some seeking to weaken the resolve of the group to rebuild the APC. Now, Senator representing Kaduna North, Suleiman Nkuyi, says plans are on the way on whether or not he would defect from the All Progressives Congress, APC. Nkuyi disclosed this when he received the delegation of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, from Kaduna North. He said he had detailed discussion with the delegation on how to work together to salvage Kaduna State from poor governance.
This delegation comes in from a strong delegation of PDP from our state. First of all, on my own right, next to me, the two people sitting are the two members of Soba Federal Constituency and Lere Federal Constituency, who jointly we are receiving this high delegation of the leadership of the PDP from Kaduna State. They have indicated part of their mission to come to us. They want us to discuss very key, important issues that pertain the political situation in our state, the political situation in our respective communities and local governments. We are representative of the people. There might not be a better time than now to provide a platform to discuss the common interests and agenda.
Nkuyi expressed concerns over the crisis in the party in general, saying the formation of the reformed APC was a serious blow to the party. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to sack and ordered the arrest and trial of the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, for alleged forgery of an NYSC certificate. PDP urged President Buhari not to provide cover for Adeosun, as it has become the character of the presidency whenever close calls and allies or agents are found wanting on corruption issues. PDP also challenged the president to allow an open inquest into his handling with Adeosun's alleged corrupt practices on all the nation's depleted foreign financial instruments, including the excess crude account from which funds, he said, were allegedly taken without recourse to the National Assembly. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Adams Oshiomhole, says Governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, are in panic mode ahead of the election in Ekiti State. Oshiomhole, who disclosed this to journalists in Abuja, said the alleged rigging machinery, which the governor depended on over the years, had since been dismantled by the President Muhammadu Buhari-led APC administration.
There is no better evidence of the fact that PDP is panicking. You must have read reports that in clear violation of the Electoral Act, the outgoing governor of Ekiti State, Governor Fayose, has instructed the civil servants, principals of schools, headmasters of schools, to retrieve PVCs from civil servants because he is afraid, and I believe rightly too, that the civil servants and the teachers in Ekiti State will not vote for him, and their families will not vote for him, and they will, of course, as enlightened people, they are helping to educate the other members of Ekiti communities.
The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Adams Oshiomhole, speaking there. And now the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has directed commissioners of police in state commands and their supervising assistant Inspector General of Police, AIGs, to be on the red alert. The police spokesman, Jimo Moshood, who disclosed this to journalists, said the directive is to enable all police formations to prevent crimes and criminality in the country. Moshood said the directive from the Inspector General is consequent on the recent attacks and killings of 7 policemen at Galadimawa roundabout in Abuja on July the 2nd by armed robbers. Moshood also said the AIGs and the Commissioner of Police were under strict instructions to rejig their crime prevention and control strategies and carry out massive deployment of police personnel and logistics. Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose has condemned the alleged inhuman treatment being meted out to the People's Democratic Party supporter Aburishade Sunday and 3 other teachers detained by the Department of State Security Services. The governor said it is bad to have allegedly chained and beaten to stupor a supporter of the PDP who has just been released after 5 days in the DSS custody. Announcing the reward of the 50,000 naira per night for the teachers and the PDP supporters detained by DSS, Fayose said he is worried and rewarding those detained as part of his social security scheme. The governor also said he is doing so because of his position to protect the oppressed. And our president of the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, NULGE, Ibrahim Khalil, have called on President Muhammadu Buhari to break his silence on the issue of local government autonomy. Khalil, who disclosed this to journalists during a press conference in Abuja, said he regrets the fact that nothing has been done in the 774 local governments to show for the huge resource allocated to the states over the years. Khalil said the third tier must be given the autonomy to operate as provided for in the Constitution, which says its administration must be conducted under a democratic setting.
While we do not harbor any negative thoughts about achieving our mission of achieving the desired goal of getting autonomy for local government, we are, however, confident or wanted that we will continue to be in the front line of the agitation for the freedom of the local government system until we attain the victory. The envisaged victory includes the third pillar of our campaign for the scrapping of State Independent Electoral Commission (SEC) from the Constitution, which was defeated narrowly in the House of Representatives with 11 votes, short of the required 240 votes for it to scale through. Even if we are eventually victorious in the other bills, our struggle on this aspect of autonomy will continue in order to deepen democracy's space at all levels.
He charged the members of NEULGE not to relent in their efforts to obtain and attain full autonomy for the local government. The Federal Road Safety Corporation and the FRC Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi says the corps will recruit additional 4,650 officers and procure new logistic vehicles to improve the road safety management in the country. Oyeyemi, who disclosed this to journalists in Lagos State, said the corps will employ the best in road safety management in the second part of the year. The Corps Marshal said the FRC is ready to justify what the government has done, adding that the Corps will work hard to achieve its mandate. Oyeyemi said the Corps is working towards having 0 fatalities on the road, which is the primary objective of the agency. And our report says several persons have been injured while attempting to scoop fuel from a broken pipeline at Dagbo Pogo community in Niger State. Firefighters were battling to put out the blaze that erupted from the vandalized pipeline belonging to the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, the NNPC. According to reports, no one died, but farmlands and houses belonging to more than 20 villages around the substation were razed. Officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, the police, as well as that of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, NESEMA, were at the scene of the accident. Coming up on Superscreen Flagship News tonight, the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, is said to lead the roadshow on investment in the United States. Details of this story and many more after the break.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigeria government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are fighting my village. Let me use grass. If I call it use grass, I'm not mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop they are 4 million naira, which I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
Welcome back to Superscreen Flagship News, and now for some business stories. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is scheduled to lead a public-private sector collaborative investment roadshow to the United States. The Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Publicity, Laolu Akonde, disclosed this to journalists in a statement made available. Akonde said Osinbajo will be joined on the investment roadshow by members of the recently inaugurated Advisory Group on Technology and Creativity, an integral part of the National Industrial Policy and Competitiveness Advisory Council. He also said the roadshow is designed to showcase the continued improvement in Nigeria's business environment to entrepreneurs, investors, and business leaders in both American cities. Akonde further said the vice president will also be speaking to global industry leaders in information technology and entertainment at the Silicon Valley in San Francisco and Hollywood in Los Angeles, California from Monday to Wednesday. And now the latest report from the Transmission Company of Nigeria in Abuja indicated Nigeria's electricity generation system collapsed from 3 times in the second quarter of this year. The Chief Executive Officer, TSTCN, Usman Mohammed, had explained that there is a need for adequate investment in order to stabilize the grid, adding that the transmission company, with the support of the international financiers, had been investing in its network to boost the grid's performance. The report showed that the frequency in the collapse of the grid witnessed a 57.14% decrease in the second quarter of 2018 when compared to what they recorded in the first quarter of this year. Electricity generation figures specifically show that the grid recorded partial collapse on April 12th and April 14th. Still in business, Haiti's government has suspended a proposal that would have nearly doubled fuel prices after violent protests killed at least 2 people and left the capital, Port-au-Prince, at a standstill. President Jovenel Moore called on the protesters to go home after the announcement, but the government's decision to back down did not keep the residents from taking to the streets. Haiti's Commerce and Economy Ministries announced that fuel prices increased, including a 38% jump for gasoline, 47% for diesel, and 51% for kerosene, would take effect, were triggering violent protests. The leader of Haiti's lower house of parliament has threatened a government takeover if the fuel price increases were not reversed with immediate effect. And still ahead on Superscreen flagship news tonight, Iran has summoned Dutch envoy over deportation of diplomats. That's on the foreign scene. Details of this story and many more after the break.